So you just heard that video of the PC turning on, and yes, it is actually that silent during idle, and it is even that loud when actual use either. So a little while ago, I was able to build my own PC. This is a $580 budget PC, and I'm gonna show you guys around it a bit, kind of the parts, what I chose, and how it was building my first ever PC. So yeah, let's get started. So originally I was going to do a tutorial on how to build a PC for rektech episode, but I've noticed that there's a lot of different tutorials for how to build PC that are better than I could ever do it, and so I'd recommend checking out some of the other YouTubers I watch. J2Sen's Bitwit recently came out with some brand new ones for updated systems that I would totally recommend watching if you want to learn how to build your own PC. But this video was just about showcasing my PC build. So as you can see going on background right now, I do have a few clips of when I originally was planning out doing my own how to build a PC video. So there's a few videos on what I'm doing and a little bit of clips. So I might explain a few things, but you guys can just sit through here and watch these clips. So I'm going to get started by talking about the case itself. This was a great budget case. It was about $40 USD at Micro Center, and this is probably one of the best budget computer cases I've seen. So this is the Thermaltake Versa N21. It has a plastic side panel that you could see through. Of course, it isn't the most prettiest computer case, but it's definitely one of the more prettier ones for the budget cases. So this is great case to build in, one of my favorites. It was just great all the way through. So let's get started by unscrewing the side panels, shall we? So as you can see, there's my hand unscrewing the side panel, and then we're just gonna pop that open just like that. Let me just kind of get it off. All right, there we go. So let me put that away. Boom. And there it is, the PC build. So I'll talk a little bit more about the parts in a second. For now, I'm going to go around and unscrew the next side panel. And then I'm going to talk quickly about the cables and cable management. And then we'll go from there. So the first thing you'll notice is this clump of cables next to the power supply. Well, these are actually a string of 4-pin Molex and SATA from the power supply. I don't need these extra ones for the moment, but if I ever do, I'm not just going to snip them off the power supply, especially since this isn't a modular or semi-modular power supply. So it's just basically this clump of cables. It's kind of ugly, but I leave it in there either way. So coming around back, I noticed the decent job that I did at cable management. It's not the best cable managing job, especially since, once again, this isn't a modular, semi-modular power supply. I tried my best. There was a few notches and stuff. I did actually have an issue when I slot in the 24-pin connector with closing the side panels. I had to kind of this maneuvering. I did use a bit of zip ties too, as you'll see, to kind of close off the cables and put them against the back of the case for a bit. So everything it was all right for cable management, but it's not the best. So I'll actually leave a PC part picker list down in the description, but next we'll start talking about the fans. So I'm using the rear exhaust fan. It came with the case, it's the Thermaltake. Then I'm using the stock Intel CPU cooler because it actually works really well and it keeps the CPU at 30 degrees Celsius in idle and under load. And then I'm using a Corsair red LED fan. As you can see, it's clear right there. I actually removed the sticker because I thought it would look a lot better. So that's what you saw in the beginning of the video where it was glowing red at the front. It's that Corsair red fan. So now I'm going to talk about storage in here. is actually my main drive. This is for where I store my games and stuff. Is actually a Western Digital Red 2.0 terabyte hard drive. Works great, super quick, can load up my games really quick. It has a 64 megabyte cache, so it just slot in there, and it's connected using SATA, of course. And so it's plugged in like that. Then I have actually over here is a really good deal. I actually got this for about $40. It is a Micron 128 gigabyte M.2 SSD. This is for Windows and some drivers and stuff. It loads up super quickly, can load up Windows in about 8 seconds. I've counted. It's really good. Okay, so next up is a power supply. I am using a Thermaltake TR2 500 watt. It's a great power supply. It works well. The only problem, of course, has those ugly cables and it's not a modular, semi-modular, but it's a great deal for power supply and it does work well. So I would just stick with it because it can power my entire system without any worries at all. Of course, it also does have a 5-year warranty provided by Thermaltake. So if it ever does have any problems, I do not have any problems. I can just contact Thermaltake. So next, I'm going to talk about the graphics card. This right here is a Gigabyte, from Gigabyte, by the way. It's an NVIDIA GTX 1060. It is a great graphics card. Can run all my games at above 100 frames per second, and some newer games too, like Prey even. So next to that, I have my wireless network adapter from TP-Link. It's actually a 300 megabit per second, 2 antennas next to it, but it's right next to the graphics card right there. It is humongous, the graphics card, compared to the wireless network adapter, so yeah. And finally, we have our motherboard, which is the ASRock B250M-HDV. It's a great motherboard, by the way. It has M.2, great support for Kaby Lake 2. Next to that is the Crucial Ballistic Sport 8 gigabytes of RAM stick. It's only one stick, but I can always get another one anyway. Next up is behind this Intel stock fan is the Intel Core i3 6100, which is the Skylake i3. It works well for me. It is a dual core, so maybe I might upgrade it one time, maybe to an i5 or something, like maybe even a Kaby Lake one, as my motherboard supports it. But for now, it works well for me, the Intel Core i3. So there it is, my PC build for this year, my first ever PC build. Very proud of it, how it came out. Could definitely be upgraded at any time, which is what I love about PC and building your own PC. So, yes, I am reusing this quick clip, by the way. Next episode of rektech, I will be doing some benchmarks on this thing. I already actually have been doing some benchmarks, but I want to show you guys some of the scores. So next episode, I'll show you guys the benchmarks for my very own PC to show you guys just how well this PC can perform. But of course, that is next episode. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you all enjoyed showing off my PC build. Once again, a PC part picker link is in the description down below. I am Rakisha, as always, and I will see you guys in the next episode of rektech.